Okay, we're back working on the daughter's van. She's away still on holiday. Well, she's on holiday for a little bit with her sister. Going to come back soon. I'm going to do a few bits ready for when she gets back so she can help finish some of the stuff. Yeah, I want to do a bit more, well, I say carpeting, but she wanted to be able to pin things on the wall. So we bought some cork board. So we're going to adhesive that, I think. That's the idea. Adhesive that over the panels there, so we can then pin things in. I think it'll work. We'll have a think. Anyway, so that's that. We've also got a box of electrical bits, and I'll show you that now. Yeah, we bought ourselves a split charge kit. We've got a cheaper, or a leisure battery that we bought. So that's a tape measure. That's a spare interior light because that's what we're going for. We're going for some just standard interior lights to give a bit of lighting. Length of cable, we've got a 12 volt smart battery isolator relay. In the old days, I expect if you've done it on the old T25 I've got, it works. There's a relay that basically works off the ignition light, which then engages the charging. Because basically what you don't want to do is, when you've got your car battery and your leisure battery, when you use your leisure battery to power all your other stuff, so you don't flatten your main battery, so you can't start the car, but you also want to charge it. But you only want to charge it, and you only want it connected to the main battery is when the engine's running. So that's what these do. These switch on it. There you go, 13.3 volts DC. So once it gets 13.3, this switches on, and then obviously then starts charging your leisure battery as you're driving along. But yeah, we've got a big old cable there we need to run from the front of the car to the back of the car, because that's where we're going to put the leisure battery at the back. And we need a bit of a tidy up as well. Just for info, I've been using Silent Coat's Dodo Mat and Thermo Fleeces and all their products around here. If you want to check them out, they're in the description. There's also a 10% off code as well if you use my name, MattGreen10. So yeah, good stuff, great stuff. Use it all the time. Okay. I think we're just going to fold these over. They've got a bit of quite a flexible to them, and we're just going to put them over the little ridges as well, just to add a bit of contour to it all, and it's all going to be carpeted anyway. So yeah, we're going to trim them up, and if we've got enough left we may go double up, but we'll just put them on with the adhesive for the moment, and we'll cut them the best we can around the corners. Don't have to be perfectly accurate, because again the carpet's all going to be into the corners there, and she's not going to really pin stuff right up in the top corners anyway. But anyway, let's get on with that. Let's see how it goes. Let's do this side and see how it does. Wow, that was fun. The corkboard stuff, once you stick it on, you can't peel it off. It just rips, but and I realised that those rear doors are slightly different widths as well. This one's narrower, but anyway, it's not the end of the world. It's all going to be covered in carpet, hopefully, if we've got enough left. Okay, another day, but I just finished off carpeting this rear panel. We've got a panel that goes on here, so we don't need to do all of it. And it's below the bed line anyway, so you won't see it. But I'm not quite happy with it, and I might end up redoing it, because I should have come around to the edge there, because you can see that from inside, I think. But I'll double check that later. I'm starting to waste a bit of material, so I've got to be careful now we get to the ends, and I've still got to do the two main sides as well. But anyway, we're back down the farm because we're going to do the power steering pump. Okay, first things first is balancing the camera, and then yeah, taking the front end off. We've done that before to get to the power steering pump, so let's do that first. Okay, pump's loose, belts off, 3 bolts, 2 bolts from this side, 1 bolt from the back there, got it a little bit away of the existing power steering pipe, but a little bit of pressure on that, moved it. Now, as a few people have told me, you undo the bolt, undo the pump from the pipe, not the pipe from the pump, because yeah, I just cracked it slightly from the top, the main pressure feed pipe that you can't see, just up in there, and then it's rusts basically to the pipe. So if you then start turning that, you then twist the actual pipe, and then that snaps, and then you're buggered, and you've got to get a whole new pipe. So just crack it a little bit just to make sure, and if it starts turning for you, great. If not, just leave it. We'll take the reservoir rubber pipe off. I'm going to try and find something to block that quickly, and then hopefully we can then loosen this off, and then if there's enough room in here, spin the pump off, and then we'll have to spin the new pump on. That's an idea anyway. Oh, a little bit heat Robinson, but we managed to gently pull the aircon radiator out of the way a little bit. Oh, you've got to be careful of that. Just get that quickly, and then just enough room just to spin this pump round. Got to keep moving. And then we're off. Take the strain back off that aircon. We could easily, yeah, be careful of that. And then we try and wind the new one back on, I guess. I've definitely done simpler things. Yeah, it'd be a lot easier if the aircon wasn't in the way, but I really want to disconnect that again. Again there. Keeps getting hooked on the bracket at the back, and hooked on the aircon pump. And then we've got to hope that it actually finishes in the same sort of position as it did originally, which maybe it hasn't. Lovely. Oh, good news, bad news. Good news. Power steering pump replaced. I'll manage to sort of get it in there, and then manage to sort of twist the pipe and the fitting just enough so it tweaks up and tight. So yeah, didn't seem to snap so far. Bad news is airplanes flying over, but we've still got the buzzing noise, the supercharger noise, which I couldn't properly test it the other day, apart from obviously taking the belt off. I knew the noise stopped, so it had to be one of the three, or it could be bearing as well, but it definitely sounds like it's got to be the alternator now. The alternator, which is a lot easier to get at, that's for sure. Whether we can get a slightly more upgraded one as well, just now we've got a leisure battery, or we will have a leisure battery. So I'm going to put the bumper back on, call it for the front end for the moment, because I haven't got an alternator to change anyway. The door's got a brand new power steering pump, so that's all good. And yeah, and the sun's beating down now, and I'm getting very hot. Okay, next day, Madison.
The next day.
Madison's working. She wants to go out on this tomorrow, so we're going to try and finish some bits up. I want to try and at least try and attempt to get all the carpeting done. So to do that, I'll put another layer of Dodo thermo fleece in there. And then what we're going to do is make a wood panel to go on here, even though it's behind the unit. So I'm going to put a panel on there just to keep that in there. Then we can carpet right across the whole lot. It's technically not flat, just where it's curves where the windowsill there. I'm hoping that there's going to be enough flex in the plywood just take that into account. And yeah, so we can then carpet all that, but then what we need to do is then remove the bed now, because I'm thinking of attempting to try and carpet the whole side there in one go, hoping that we've got enough carpet left. And then this side, we've only got this section to do now because we've done the door. It's a separate door, obviously. You don't do it as a separate piece. And I think we're nearly there with the carpet, and there may be some little odd bits in the corner here and things like that. And then whether we go down here and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah. But yeah, first off, let's cut a panel and get some PKs on that and screw that in. I don't think I'm going to need to get behind it. If we do, we do. We'll have to just do something one day, cut holes in it. It'll all be behind this. Anyway, but there's plenty of room to run wires and things behind these units anyway, if I ever need to. Okay, a lot of building work going on around here, so I do apologise. So I'm going to cut that to shape. I've cut that to shape, sanded it. Because it's a bit not flat, I'm going to soak the thing in some water to try and make it a bit more pliable. You can get flexible plywood, MDF or whatever, so maybe you look into that if you're going to do that, but we are stuck with what we are. Maybe if I'd done it the other way, cut it the other way, but I think the way plywood works is the grains, I don't know, it's other ways inside as well, so not really too flexible one way. But anyway, I could be talking out my arse, as I always do. So yeah, let's get it soaked in, try and get some PKs in it and see what happens. Sorry if the lighting's a bit poor, it's pissing down outside, and yeah, so struggling to, well, not struggling to find things to do, but just very slow progress, jumping in and out of the van. What I'm doing is knocking up a bit of a wood panel, which will go in here, which will mount a little control panel here, which has got a few USB on it and bits and bobs on there, and that will go in there. So basically we'll screw this wood to that, cover it with all carpet in a bit, and then this screws on afterwards, all wired up. That'll look 20 times better once the carpet's all over that. Yeah. Still raining, and I could really do with it not raining to try and do the carpeting, because it's nice to have a bit of working space outside and everything. But oh well. Quick let up in the rain, well not really, but a little bit lighter. So filled that with insulation. Made myself a cardboard template that I didn't film, cut a 5mm sheet out, readjusted it where the my template wasn't right, checked it the other side, fits the other side, so I've drawn around a bit of wood already for the other side, but we get this screwed on because then I can nearly get this side done, which I can then at least put all the cupboards in and screw the cupboards in even if I don't get this side done. And then I can work out what I'm doing with the carpet. Spilled my box of sockets all over the floor. All going good. Okay, it's not looking too bad. Yeah, some people would panel that and put insulation behind it, because obviously makes the van warmer, doesn't it? But if you wanted pin boards for now, I suppose I could have done insulation, plywood, and then pin board. But it is what it is. I didn't film much of that, but basically I've just trimmed the two side sections the bit going above the door and the door lock, which I need to punch out yet, and down this side as well. I haven't gone all the way down again, leaving the bottom out wide, a little bit short of material because of doing the windows, blinds. I think the daughter ordered 12 meters of this carpet, 12 square meters, so, and it was 2 meters wide, so I guess that's 6 meters long. Maybe it was 12 meters long, 12 by 2. Anyway, I double check just to let you know in case anyone's doing the same and wants to do even more. But to be honest, I'd go with 15 maybe, if not 20. Solid, why not? Keep some spare. So as I said, I need to redo this, I think. Not happy with this one. I didn't film much. It started raining. I ended up carpeting the other side. I still need to trim it off and clear the glue off, and there's a few other little bits to be done, but as you can see, I've got the mattress in here. It's all getting in the way. I've had to put a load of things out. It's the next day, so I managed to get a few things outside, but yeah, got this screwed up. I put the thermo liner inside that. Yeah, just need to give it a quick clean now, trim up the top edge a little bit before we put the last bit of carpet on, even though that could be the last bit because I might want to redo that one. But let's hope. I think I checked yesterday and we nearly had enough left, but I was actually doing it from that distance to that distance, where actually we've got this bit here to do as well. Worst case, we'll make sure we get the front in, and then, oh, I don't know. Okay, bit of an update. I've been doing lots of little bits and never been filming them, so I do apologise. So I had a bit of a tidy up, taking a lot of the rubbish out, still not perfect. So we're nearly there on the carpeting. We've got a little bit of trimming to do on the edge there. Run some trim strip down there at some point to sort of get rid of the old foam, but yeah, we've got that done. All the way in the back there. Sorry about the lighting. And we started working on some lighting as well. Basically, as you can see there, I picked up some LED off Amazon, and they come with little adapters that you can see in there to replicate the bulb and everything. Let me pause this and get you out. There we go, off Amazon. 15 quid. Come with that. What's that? 4x6 LEDs on there. You get 6 of these, and you get loads of adapters for different types of bulbs. And yeah, you know, I used a bit of a glue gun just to put them in there. Slight gap between that and the casing, just in case it got a bit hot. And yeah, obviously a bit hard to tell how it comes across on camera and stuff like that. There's definitely enough room if you wanted to fit 2 of these in there. That would be worth doing as well if you wanted to, but we're going to go with that and see how it goes. So yeah, I just need to wire this one up and solder that one. That's all. Going to eventually also run these off the leisure battery. At the moment, these are the standard van ones, so they come off the main battery. But anyway, if you like what you like and you like it, hit the like button so far. Please check out the description for a link for a discount on any of the Silent Coat stuff. You get 10% off if you go to the Silent their website and type in my code. And yeah, again, please, again, wiring still to do. Oh yeah, and then we've got the switch panel in here. Comes with just a little switch. We've got a cigarette lighter, and then we've got USB as well. 2 USBs in there.